Practices have been pretty intense, really talking about our effort and style of play, things that we thought we did really, really well last year that we kind of want to improve upon, and then also how we can be different given sort of the new talent and the incoming players that we have as well.
Last year, an incredibly young team. How has that dynamic changed this year? Kind of describe your makeup.
Well, we're still young, 11 sophomores and freshmen on the roster. Currently 2 upperclassmen cleared to play, so still very, very young. I think we have seen some maturity in our sophomores. You know, the benefit of having a large freshman class and being very thin in terms of upperclassmen last year is that a handful of our freshmen got a ton of experience, and so that has allowed them to step up in leadership roles this year and kind of perform maybe not quite like upperclassmen, but as if they were further along in their sophomore years. And so really seeing a difference in a handful of them, which is really exciting.
What are the objectives for the first 2 games? What do you want to see out of this team?
Yeah, just establishing our identity. You know, I think what you learn in scrimmages and exhibition games, right, is that there are some things you can't really practice game-like. And so it's really good to get on the floor and kind of work on a few things that we're toying around with, you know, not giving too much away. But I think in the first 2 games, you kind of want to see things come together. And we've really been talking about our kids about trusting the process. And so I think this is our first opportunity for them to see the outcomes of their hard work. You know, I think these first 2 games we play for ourselves. You know, we're not talking too much about our opponents or not talking too much about the scoreboard, but really talking about what is Lewis and Clark women's basketball going to look like for this season, and what are some measurable goals that we can have for this weekend.
Finally, Northwest Conference polls out. How do you see the conference shaping up?
The conference is wide open, to be honest. Filling out the polls was a little bit difficult for me. I think you have clear favorite in George Fox, and I think that was shown in the fact that they received every first place vote that they could. I think other than that, there's a lot of question marks. You know, we graduated some really talented seniors in this league. There are a lot of schools that I think have talented upperclassmen, but they were behind really talented seniors, and so they haven't necessarily had a chance to truly flourish and sort of be the stars of their team. And so I think as the season plays out, you're going to kind of see which ones of the sophomores and juniors coming back from last year really emerge and really establish themselves. And I think there will be some surprises. You know, I wasn't too surprised with how the polls shook out, but I think other than George Fox, it could be very interesting in the Northwest Conference this year.